What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Loki. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Thor. His name is Yoshii. Yoshii the Great. Yoshii the Powerful. Yoshii the Green Dinosaur. Or whatever. I don't know. I'm making stuff up. It's fine. We've got a 1v1 here on the map. Watering Hole. We've actually seen a couple of games from these two. They played a series where they're playing Random God. And this is what's happening. Because I love it when I get the opportunity to host a tournament. And what ends up happening is in the lead up to the tournament, everyone has to kind of adapt and start practicing, and we start seeing a whole bunch of stuff we don't normally see, which is nice to see. People have a purpose. People have a reason to play the game as it is. So the thing is, in the tournament, what has been happening recently in the Age Mythology land is that when tournaments have been happening, there have been god restriction rules for the sake of the audience, but generally speaking, those god restriction rules mean that at the most, players need to be able to play 4 different gods, at the absolute most. But in Pandora's Box tournament, there's best of 7s, and there are no repeat gods. So that means you have to play 7 gods in said tournament, which means everyone has to expand their god pool to some degree and get ready for the tournament. So that's what we're kind of seeing here as Matreiuss. He's playing Loki here, and we're seeing Yoshii playing as Thor, which are definitely gods that they don't always play. Anyways, we'll see how things are going to go. We'll see what sort of strategies they're going to be going for. I think in this matchup, if we talk about kind of meta, normally the Thor player is playing incredibly defensively at the start, and the Loki player gets to have all of the fun in this matchup, whereas the Thor player not so much. However, if the Thor player gets really aggressive early, they can be the first one to do that. They can get really aggressive really, really early and have a lot of success. Then what ends up happening is the Loki plays on the back foot, and the game kind of flips its head in a way, and it really depends on how the Loki player wants to approach that situation as to what ends up happening. As we do see Yoshii dropping the forward temple here, relatively forward, not completely crazy forward. The reason for this as a Norse player is you want to have your buildings as close to your own hunt as possible, generally speaking. As we can actually see, Matreiuss as well is dropping a temple really, really close to Yoshii's. It's going to be a very fast advance time here for both players as we see the ox cart coming out here for Matreiuss. I imagine Yoshii, on the other hand, is already going up through Forseti, but he does not know that there's a temple here. He's going to have no idea. He's probably going to walk straight forward here, you'd have to imagine, with the Hersir and everything else. We actually see the Ulfsark moving back into the main base here for Yoshii, dropping houses. He's going to have quite a fright coming for him in the early stages of the game. The question is going to be, will Matreiuss give it away or not too early with his Hersir and with everything else, because he knows that the line of sight here of this temple is only going to about here, and he's not going to get spotted if he sits back in this corner all too much. We also see a random house in the middle of the map, which might be a distraction here coming forward, as the Hersir are going to be searching around the map here, trying to find where his opponent is, as the house is here. And this might make Yoshii feel like there are other buildings in the middle of this map here, as we do see the Hersir are going to probably immediately start looking to bash this down. In fact, no, he is searching around this house here, trying to find where everything's going on, as the Hersir do pop through here for Matreiuss. As Matreiuss hits the next stage, he's gone through Heimdall. His Hersir coming through. Good micro here from Yoshii, pulling back that, scaling nice and fast. The Troll going to be pulling back as well, as the rest of these units are coming through. The Longhouse on this location here, got to be really careful where you put these longhouses up, because Matreiuss has got access to Undermine right now, and he can really, really slow down his opponent here, as we do see the Longhouse coming up in the main base here for Yoshii, as Yoshii's going to be retreating back. He's taking a lot of damage on this temple. Healing Spring gets thrown down on this location. Going to be trying to pull back his units here as best as he can, targeting down that Einhjar here. Nice pullback while the Hersir get that that damage boost from the Einherjar horn blow there. So you move over onto Matreiuss' perspective, 36 population, and Yoshi's at 37 population. Still very, very close here. It's going to be a very tense moment here as Matreiuss is going to continue to try and bash down this location. He's got no healing available to him as he does click the Undermine. Will it be enough here to take the temple down is the big question. As a Throw and Axeman going to pop out here. Nice snipe there on the first initial Herser, as we do have a bit of a Herser advantage as some Throw and Axeman are going to be coming through, and an Einherjar does come in. The Undermine does manage to take down that temple here, and Yoshii is going to have to pull all the way back home, and he's actually going to be giving Matreiuss a healing spring where all of those low HP units are going to come back up to full HP. That's a lot of extra resources which Matreiuss is now getting for himself. He can just sit here and wait for a hot second on some of those low HP units and then just go in and start fighting Yoshii all over again. 54 population for Matreiuss to Yoshi's 45 population, and Yoshii is down a temple now, which is a really big loss, because the big part about the 4-city defense against Heimdall is the troll. The troll is so important here in this matchup because it deals with the throwing axeman of the opponent and it deals with those Einherjar super well. Good micro here from Yoshii, pulling that dwarf back as the troll comes through. Going to get a couple of stones thrown over on the throwing axeman. They will be able to get back here as Yoshii is mounting his defense right now, as now Matreiuss here is all over the map. He's got 7 on food, 8 on wood, so he's going heavy on the wood. Going to be dropping even more longhouses, trying to get a lot of throwing axemen, Einherjar, Herser out to make this all work moving forward. So we'll see how things are going to go here as the throwing axemen are going to pop out. We see the house over here, longhouse getting dropped onto this location over here as the Einherjar are going to be moving forward in here. We do see that the troll has been spied on Yoshii here, so Matreiuss knows exactly where his opponent is. He knows exactly what sort of units are in here as the Einherjar get those horns blown at roughly different times there to continue that special ability effect going on there as long as possible. As Yoshii deciding to take this fight here, we see a Valkyrie spawn as well. The Einherjar are going to be helping out even longer in this fight as more are coming through here, and it looks like Match is sitting very, very healthily at 75 population, and Yoshii on the other hand now dropping down to 39 population. He's in an absolutely terrifyingly terrible position right now in this game. He does have a back gold mine over here. He does have this hunt over here. He does have hunt over on this location though, just a little bit, and over here, but it's going to be a tough time for Yoshii to rebuild his units and get back into this game because Matreiuss is just super far in front, though Yoshii does have a lot of favor in the bank now. Same too for Matreiuss, but Yoshii can spam trolls out and attempt to mount a defense. Unfortunately for Yoshii, he has used his Dwarven Gold Mine, so he can't just sit on his town center and see what he does. But the thing is here for Matreiuss is with those myth units, he's got 2 Einherjar, 2 Valkyrie. He can effectively just sit underneath the opponent's town center, underneath Yoshii's town center, and not even care about town center fire for the time being here. Yoshii might be able to get himself watchtowers. You can see starting those trolls right away as a couple more units getting produced out of the longhouses. This longhouse looks like it will be going down, as well as Matreiuss. He doesn't really need to mind too much about just losing 1 unit here or there in this game. He is so far in front. Losing that Einherjar for a longhouse is 100% worthwhile trade, worthwhile investment here, as we're now going to start seeing the raiding cavalry looking to get some raids here, trying to get somewhat of an advantage back in this game, hitting some raids. If you take a look at Matreiuss' base though, what is he going to really be able to hit? These villagers over here, maybe, as the raiding cavalry heading straight there as Matreiuss' Valkyrie is chasing them away. As we see even more myth units getting spawned. Still no troll spawns here for Matreiuss, which might be a good help. Nice pullback micro there, though, from Matreiuss, as Yoshii not paying attention there. First, are going to be going down. Watchtower or sentry tower over here going down, as well as this lone Herser does end up falling. We do see the micro here trying to happen for Yoshii, trying to pull his raiding cavalry away, but Matreiuss too good on that location there. Deals with one of those raiding cavalry beautifully there, as the 4 trolls here sitting back doing what they can to hold on, doing what they can to snipe enemy Einherjar here. That amount of throwing axemen probably could actually deal with one of those trolls as well, but you got to be super careful here. If your Matreiuss is trying to push off that gold one, he does indeed manage to do so. 108 population for Matreiuss, 115 population for Yoshii at this point, or 69 population, I should say, for Yoshii at this point here. As some more longhouses trying to get up, we see hammer trolls coming through here as Yoshii trying to mount the defense. He does have this back gold line over here, incredibly well defended, as the village is going to pop off of food onto wood here to try and get as many throwing axemen out and buildings out as he possibly can. But honestly, like I said, in this position here, Matreiuss can just simply right-click on this town center and say, get out of my game, Yoshii. But he doesn't want to do it just yet. Doesn't want to risk the damage coming into him from those trolls, as now Yoshii going to be leaving his base yet again with those raiding cavalry, looking for some sort of damage to be dealt onto Matreiuss' economy. Matreiuss right now idle villages for what seems to be quite a bit of time here, as he's not paying attention to that just yet. We see gold villages in the middle of the base here, as we do see some houses getting taken down, which is a good usage of the time. But right now Matreiuss is full population. He's got plenty of resources. He just needs to rebuild the houses kind of in a more safe position now, as we also see some houses going to get taken down for Yoshii as more units moving in onto this position. These Eldrimmer Einherjar versus those hammer trolls are going to be a very, very tense fight coming up here, as Yoshii trying to get into a position where his trolls going to be nice and healthy. He's pulling back those Ursa over here, doing a lot of damage. We do see the trolls still very much alive right now, as the Einherjar moving in. They do get themselves crush damage and get boosted damage when the Einherjar blow their horn. So this town center is going to go down very fast. We do see the Einherjar having to pull back here, as Yoshii is mounting a very, very nice defense thus far. The raiding cavalry trying to come through here as best as they can, but not really managing to do all too much. Matreiuss pulls back the villagers here, sitting on the pigs in the main base. Yoshii with tons and tons of wood in the bank right now. He would kill for a little bit more favor here in this game to produce some more units. If you take a look at Matreiuss' favor as well, very low, pumping those Einherjar out as fast as he possibly can, as Matreiuss looks like he might be trying to grab this town center over here to find himself an advantage. When you're ahead, get more ahead is the phrase I like to use. In the Norse War, it's equally apparent. You don't have to go for a killing blow against your opponent kind of ever. Most of the time you can just grab a town center, get some tech, and sit back on that advantage. But I guess in this matchup here, Matreiuss is a little bit terrified of Skadi here coming through, so he's wanting to find something else instead of just those slight advantages, trying to find something more. But now Yoshii is looking like he's able to push out. He's sitting at 112 of 115 population. Yoshii's economy hasn't really, in all honesty, been touched here in this game. He hasn't been hunting, but in the grand scheme of things, if you're on pigs and you've got husbandry, which we don't see Yoshii having, you're actually not that far behind someone who's hunting in a game. It's not that big of a deal. Especially if you're playing a god which has got a solid advantage over your opponent's god in terms of like middle game, late game sort of things. With Thor, you get Skadi, you get Ragnarok. These things can really be more important than having, say, 500, 1,000 more food over your opponent in the end of a game. As we do see that, look at how beautiful this choke point is here for Yoshii. He's pulling back here, but I feel like he could have taken that fight there. As we do see a Dwarven Armory getting dropped here for Yoshii, wanting to get himself maybe copper mail or something like that, as now Matreiuss is going to be trying to push through. He's sitting at full population here, lots of resources in the bank, lots of idle villages as well to boot while he's taking this fight. We do see the Ursa dealing with some of those Valkyrie very, very nicely. Those trolls doing tons of damage from behind. We see Yoshii going to pull back even further. I feel like he could micro this just a little bit better, potentially like box formation or something, to keep those trolls in a safe environment while you retreat, instead of putting them to the back of your army where the opponent's Ursa can deal with them. We do see Matreiuss now getting a little bit head scratchy here. He's moving up thinking maybe Yoshii's on some hunt over here, but that's not the case. We do see the villagers retreating here as the longhouse is getting thrown down, a Dwarven Armory getting thrown down as well here. as the house is getting cleaned up on this location. Meanwhile, over here, the villagers gonna... Why did they go this way? I thought Yoshii was pulling back into his base because he saw the units moving up onto this location. It was right in his line of sight. He's moved those villagers directly into the line of fire of those Hursa, and they're doing so much damage here as the Dwarven army over here gets denied. Another Dwarven army on this position does go up. Yoshii gonna be able to click up to the next age here, but Matreiuss gets so many villager kills here. That's absolutely huge. And not only that, Matreiuss is going to be able to advance to the heroic age very, very soon here. Yoshii too should be able to advance to the next stage, but he doesn't have any food income. He's going to have to drop some farms here as the Throw an Axeman getting taken down over here as Yoshii is getting kind of just outmaneuvered and outplayed in this game. So you do see the Hursa getting pushed back over on this location, and we'll see how things are going to go here. We see a cheeky little wall attempting to get thrown up here by Yoshii. Will he be in time? Looks like he will not be in time here as the Throw an Axeman pushing forward. And we'll see how things are going to go here in this game as the units pulling back here as best as they possibly can. As the town center going to come up here for Matreiuss very, very quickly. Meanwhile, over on this location, Throw an Axeman coming back in for Matreiuss, taking down villagers as they're desperately trying to get the 800 food income here to get to the next stage, and they finally do as Skadi is going to come in. I feel like Yoshii could have just dropped down like 3 or 4 farms, put everyone back onto wood, and he would have been completely fine here, but he just did not manage to do that in this one, as the Hursa are going to be pushing forward over onto this location. Valkyrie spawn over here coming through as the raiding cavalry coming in onto this location to push these ones back. Bragi going to be popping here for Matreiuss, as Matreiuss can now click flaming weapons very early into this game, but you kind of don't want it because you kind of know in the back of your mind that Yoshii is going heroic age here as the wall's getting broken down on this location to try and push through onto the town center. But look at this Yoshii. He is just about Skadi. He's 70%. I don't think this town center is going to fall anytime soon. Matreiuss now 3 town centers though. He's got full control of this game. He's going to be going up to the Mythic age here relatively soon. Another temple coming up as well, as the market going to be coming down here very, very shortly, as the unit's going to be pulling back. Skadi coming through for Yoshii here, as Yoshi's also got tons of gold in the bank. He could throw a market down and get a very, very early, well, not early, but definitely get to the Mythic age here through Balder in an attempt to kind of ragnarok Matreiuss. But I'm not sure if even in the Norse matchup at this point for Yoshii that a Ragnarok is going to be enough to deal with Matreiuss at this point. He's only got himself 19 villagers on gold and a whole bunch of idle villagers over here, 16 villagers on food. You do the math there, that's not that many Rag heroes for a 3 town center going on 4 town center population. Matreiuss here as he throws the market down, units pushing through here. Matreiuss knows what's coming for him. He's also getting himself heavy raiders to boot as he's trying to get heavy raiding cavalry out for some reason. I'm not sure what the idea with that is. Just full throwing Axeman makes the most sense to me, as some buildings over here getting destroyed. The Dwarven armory getting destroyed here, as we do see the hill fort coming up. Town center over here getting thrown up as well, as the hammer troll doing its best job here to defend this location. We do see the Ainiyar pulling back over here. Meanwhile, Battle Ball pushing it onto the back of this location. We do see heavy throw an Axeman through for Yoshii as he has clicked up through Balder. There is a world here where Yoshii can pretty calmly click Frost right now because he's got Balder. He should be able to deal with like a full population flaming weapons with his Ragnarok and actually still be in a decent position, as now the Battle Ball is trying to target down the town center here as fast as they can. Balder is at 80% here as the town center getting cleaned up. We do see one throwing axe going to be attempting to take this one down, as the Hursa going to be getting cleaned up over here as well. The Battle Battle Ball going down very, very fast. It looks like the Town Center will not be going down here today, as Yoshii will be hitting the Mythic Age here. Just barely 100% comes through here. Yoshii still sitting at 115 population. Ragnarok immediately clicking here as Matreiuss is going to be pulling back. Matreiuss, on the other hand, not going Mythic Age, staying in the Heroic Age on 4 Town Centers. Going to be pumping nothing but Throwing Axeman here, I would have to assume. Does not have access to a unit here that does counter Fire Giant very well, but there is only one Fire Giant at the moment. There is a Frost Giant as well. Matreiuss at 125 pop. Yoshii is 191 of 115 population here, as the units going to be popping through here. We'll see how things are going to be going. Flaming Weapon's going to be getting dropped here for Matreiuss, as Yoshii will inevitably be casting Frost here, you'd have to assume, as the buildings are going to get torn down here very, very quickly. Yoshii does have an advantage here in terms of score. So and he's got tons of gold behind this. This is incredibly close. Not even using the Frost here, more than happily dealing with all of these units. Matreiuss's position going down the toilet here as Matreiuss decides to tap out in this game after all is said and done. His economy is gigantic, though. We do see this location over here getting cleaned up, but Matreiuss saying, I don't even think I can hold here. He's going to lose this entire base here and have to rebuild everything. I don't know. Maybe he could have been able to survive here, but maybe this tap out is actually correct, because he's just never going to be able to deal with these units. Look at the armor of Yoshii. He's got 0 armory upgrades here. Matreiuss, on the other hand, also 0 armory upgrades. I'm surprised that Matreiuss couldn't have held here any better. I think going for this Town Center was a better, I mean, maybe it was very close to 73 HP. Almost had it down, but potentially the better play here for Matreiuss was to just go Mythic Age, have the Nidhogg, have the Fire Giant, and just spam buildings everywhere to try and defend this. Because really, the way to deal with Ragnarok as Norse is to spam Longhouses kind of everywhere, so you can make mass Throwing Axemen and be completely fine here. But Yoshii gets the dub in this one. If you guys enjoyed this game, I certainly did, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next game.